You don't know me, but I'm your father.
You're my father?
Yes. Your mother's name is Bridget.
Yeah, that's her name.
Well, would you mind if I come in?
Yeah, sure. You can come in, I guess. Yeah.
Hey, is my mom here?
No, she just stepped out. Are you here for the shut-in?
No, she was supposed to bring me somewhere, but it's alright.
Wait, hold on. Is that Savannah?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she has gotten so big.
No.
You have gotten so big.
Say hi.
Can I see her?
Yeah.
She's so pretty. She is so cute. How are you?
I heard you were expecting too.
Yes.
You know what you're having?
A baby girl.
Oh,
I'm so excited.
that's so nice.
I'm just like, watch out, world. Here comes Sinead with that girl, like, wow. So I'm really happy. Oh, what you doing? Can I hold her?
Yeah, sure.
Come on, you gotta come in. How you doing? And you're drooling. You're still drooling, little miss. Oh, you not baby? Hey, I like your jacket. Here, you wanna take her? She don't seem focused. Come on over.
Come here, Savannah.
Come on over here. Come on over. I don't bite.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You could stay here.
Wow. You were so beautiful. Look just like your mother. How is she anyway?
How'd you find me?
Well, a little bit more than a year ago, you were in an accident, car accident. The police came and found me, and and told me, of your situation. And so, honestly, I've kind of always known where you were since that point. Because I went to the hospital, I checked on you, and as long as when you were okay. That's when I decided to leave because, I didn't want to, add to the trauma. Your mother, how is she anyway?
She's dead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's alright, I hated her anyway.
You hated her? Why?
Well, right before she died, she just confessed to me that the guy that I thought was my father really wasn't. And for 20 years, she kept me from you. Yep, I hate her.
Just so you know, that we were together until you were just about 3 years old. And I came home from work one day and then she was just gone. She took you with her, you guys were gone. So for the last
Just like her.
20 years, I've been looking for you, so it is pretty much how the police knew to find me because I was already looking for you. But for 20 years,
Wow.
I've always loved you. Never stopped loving you. You're my little angel. She just picked you up and left. No explanation, no note, nothing. She was just gone.
Yeah, I gotta keep her close to me now because you know the whole Naima thing, so.
Oh, you still holding on to that? I'm not to judge, but you're still holding on to that?
A little bit.
Really?
Because, I almost lost her. Like, I don't know what I would do without her.
So basically, but if I'm understanding you clearly, you haven't really forgiven her yet.
No. See, I don't know if I could do that so soon.
I hate her. I hate her.
I understand, I guess, to some degree. Hatred is such a strong word. You're really gonna have to, you gotta find it in yourself to forgive her. Because hatred, it breeds sickness and disease.
It's better for us to forgive than hold on. to those things of the past, do you know what it can really cause a lot of type of things. That's like bitterness. It causes strife, all that stuff. You can die. And you can't even make it into heaven holding on to unforgiveness.
Really?
Yes, really.
You don't know me,
But I know hatred.
but you don't know me.
Be careful.
I don't know.
What's wrong?
You mean like I really almost lost her. Like she almost like died.
Okay. And what way?
If I wasn't there for her, I don't know where she would be right now. Like it's hard for me to like.
My 6-year-old died a year ago. And this mother you speak of kept me from you for 20 years. Do you love her? I hate her. Do you forgive her? I hate her.
I do forgive her. And I do love her as much as I love you.
We are still to forgive.
Oh, yeah.
The Bible tells us and it instructs us that we are to forgive our brothers just as he in heaven forgives us. See, she forgives me all the time.
I know.
How?
Forgiveness is a choice, and it's something that you can literally choose to do. Like say, your keys, and you've been holding on to this thing, for so long till your hands are all cramped up, and you get muscle spasms, but you refuse to let it go. All you really have to do is simply let it go.
Well,
And
how do I forgive if she's dead though?
this right here doesn't matter. Well, this right here is unforgiveness. It doesn't matter whether the person is alive or dead or the situation. It's you who's holding this thing.
How can you make it into heaven if you don't forgive? The Bible tells us one bad leaven can ruin the whole loaf. That means your sin, that unforgiveness, is a sin, one, okay? And that can hold you back from making it into heaven because you're holding on to bitterness, resentment, anger, malice, all those different things that is not of God, and that will keep you here, basically.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
That's
gee,
deep.
it's true stuff. That's facts. Facts. So, my thing is, we are instructed, if our brother sins against us 7 times, we are to forgive him 70 times 7.
I happened to be flipping through the channels, and this guy was talking about, the Lord said, take my yoke upon you and learn of me, and then cast all your cares on Jesus because he cares for you. And for the longest time I was like, whatever, but I decided to try it. And I asked him if he was real, that he needed to take all this pain, all this hurt, all this anguish, all this bitterness. He needed to take all that because if he didn't take it, he was going to be seeing me sooner than he planned. Because I just couldn't live anymore. Couldn't live without you. I just couldn't live anymore. And so he started to talk about forgiveness, the power to forgive. And I was like, I will never, ever forgive her for what she did to me. She took my little girl. I'll never forgive her. Well, it wasn't until I said these words literally, okay, Richard, I forgive you. That moment, like this weight lifted off of me. I didn't feel sick anymore. I didn't feel claustrophobic. I didn't feel like the world was against me. I no longer felt like everybody was out to get me, and nobody cared. I didn't feel like that anymore. Like the weight of the world lifted off of my shoulders simply because I forgave.
And do you pray to God often?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. But do you know that if we go down on our knees to pray, we are still instructed to forgive our brothers without holding anything so that the Father in heaven can forgive us? How can your prayers be heard if you are holding on to unforgiveness?
The next thing you know, I started finding out little hints and things and they brought me closer to you. They brought me closer to you, and that's all I wanted for the last 20 years. So if there's a God who can take the weight off of my shoulders and get me closer, get me back to you, that same God that I believed in that room brought me here today. All because I forgave. And I feel 1,000 times better. I'm looking at you and you're so beautiful. Yet underneath all that beauty is all this anger and this rage. You have no idea as to how free you'll be, how much better you'll feel if you just let that part go. If you just let it go and surrender it to Him, it'll make all the difference in the world. You have a child?
I do. I have a daughter.
Oh my God, I'm a grandpa.
Yeah.
Well, would you want to pass this anger, this rage, on to her? Because inadvertently, all this anger and this rage, you take it out on somebody. She starts to cry. You know, I saw the look on your face when she started to cry, that little scowl that came because she was crying. That has to do with unforgiveness. If you have that type of feeling when you go to handle her, the next thing you know, you're going to shake her. You're going to do something to her. And I know you think, okay, I would never hurt my child, but inadvertently, this is something that you do that's subconscious. And it's subconscious because of the unforgiveness. The moment you get to a place where you let that go, that's when you'll be able to love her 100%. Show her the kind of love you wish your mother had shown you.
All I gotta do is forgive.
It's not easy. It wouldn't be easy. I would never tell you that. First of all, being a Christian isn't easy. But to forgive someone that's about to cause your precious gift to die or lose their life, it wouldn't be easy, but I know it's something that I'm instructed to do. And if I'm saying I am going to follow after Christ, I got to take on and do some hard tasks. Mm-hmm. And that would be forgiving. I may not trust them, but I'll forgive because I'm not trying to go to hell for anybody's behalf, you know? And how can I be a good role model for my child if I'm not displaying how I want them to behave?
I think I'm ready to forgive. I think.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Can I pray with you?
Sure.
If you gotta yell, get mad, get it all out of your system so that you can be free of all that is bottled up inside. Stop trying to live a lie and act like everything is cool when it's not. Tell her the truth.
I mean, I guess, but you know, how you know she's gonna feel the same way I'm feeling it?
You're doing your part. You're doing your part. If she comes talk to me, I'll tell her to do her part. But right now, you're here seeking wise counsel, and I'm so happy that you are doing that. And right now, it seems like you're being receptive, listening to me. Mm-hmm. But like, you to follow through with that is just glorifies God in every way. But if you fail to do it, it's being foolish. No offense, but it's being foolish.
Alright, so you wanna like set it up, like you know where she at?
Yeah, we could do that. I don't know where she at. I'm not CIA, but you know, I got a phone.
We could hook that up. You see where she at? I'll talk to her. You see if she wanna talk to me, and you know.
Listen, if she don't, you can just talk and say, "Hey, I can introduce the whole thing, okay?"
Hopefully, it's as easy as I'm thinking it's gonna be.
It may not be, but hey, you gotta take a try, right? You ready?
Alright.
Okay, let's go.
I mean, I guess I could do it.
Okay. You breathing?
I'm breathing.
Okay, let's go for this.
Alright.
Amen. Hold on. Hello?
spend more time with you.
That's fine.